Hi and welcome to T10 Info TV SK channel. My name is Syed and here I'm with the latest news for Sunday 2nd July 2023. Europe rejects Quran burning in Sudan. The European Union has expressed its strong rejection of the Quran burning in Sudan and called the act of offensive and disrespectful and a clear act of provocation. This act in no way reflects the opinion of the European Union. Manifestation of racism, xenophobia and related intolerance have no place in Europe, a statement from the bloc said. The group statement added that the Quran's burning was made even more deplorable at a time when Muslims were celebrating Eid al-Adha. The Europe continues to stand up for freedom of religion or belief and freedom of expression abroad and at home. Now is the time to stand together for mutual understanding and respect and to prevent any further escalations, the Europe said. United Arab Emirates leaders congratulated King Salman on success of Hajj season. President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan sent a congratulation message to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia, on the occasion of the success of the Hajj season of 1444. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed expressed his sincere congratulations on the success of the Hajj season this year, which was achieved by the grace of Allah the Almighty and thanks to the generous care of the custodian of the two holy mosques and his wise government and institution to ensure that pilgrims can perform the rituals in tranquility and safety. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, and Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Vice President, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of the Presidential Code, also dispatched similar message to the custodian of the two holy mosques. Saudi Crown Prince says serving Hajj pilgrims is a source of pride for the kingdom. Serving pilgrims during Hajj and ensuring they have a safe and comfortable pilgrimage is a source of pride for Saudi Arabia, the kingdom's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said in a speech on Wednesday night. The Crown Prince gave his speech at the Mina Palace where he welcomed Eid al-Adha well-wishers. Several dignitaries were present including princes, the kingdom's Grand Mufti, senior scholars, Islamic sheikhs, GCC senior officials, ministers and leaders. I am pleased on behalf of the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz, to congratulate you, the citizens, residents and pilgrims, on the blessed Eid al-Adha occasion, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said. The annual 2-month summer midday work ban starts today in Bahrain. Labor inspector will be out in force to ensure people do not work outdoors from midday until 4 p.m. 2 dead, 5 injured in Indian pharma factory fire. 2 people were dead and 5 others were injured in a fire at a unit of a private-held pharmaceutical company in the southern Indian state of Andhra Pradesh on Friday, the police said. The fire broke out in a solvent reactor at a unit of Sahiti Pharma in Andhra Pradesh, Anakapalli district, the district superintendent of police Murli Krishna said. In the 5 injured, one of them is extremely critical with over 95% burn, Andhra Pradesh Industries and Information Technology Minister Gudivada Amarnath told Reuters. Economic recovery plan: Gulf countries will invest billions of dollars in Pakistan. According to Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that billions of dollars will come to Pakistan in the form of investment from the Gulf countries under the new economic recovery plan formulated by his government. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, while holding a press conference along with Federal Minister of Finance Ishaq Dar and Federal Minister of Information and Broadcasting Mariam, the governor who after signing a new agreement with the IMF in Lahore, said that 40 lakhs under this economic recovery plan, jobs will be created, billions of dollars of investment will come from the Gulf countries. Earlier this month, Shehbaz Sharif announced his government's new economic recovery plan, which includes the creation of a special investment facilitation council to attract foreign investment, particularly from Gulf countries. Palestinian minister dies in a car accident in Nablus in occupied West Bank. Palestinian Minister of Defense and ex-Defense Affairs Qadri Abu Bakr died in a car accident on Saturday in Nablus in the occupied West Bank, the official Palestinian news agency Wafa reported. 2 other Palestinians were also killed in the crash. Man who burned Quran in Sudan says planning another burning within 10 days. The man who burned pages of the Quran outside a Stockholm mosque, sparking protest and a wave of condemnation, told Swedish media Thursday that they intended to burn another Quran within 10 days. After being granted a permit to protest by Swedish police, Salman Momika 37 stomped on the Islamic holy book and set several pages alight in front of the capital's largest mosque on Wednesday. The Quran burning, coinciding with the start of the Muslim Eid al-Adha and the end of the annual pilgrimage to Mecca in Saudi Arabia, sparked anger across the beyond the Middle East. Speaking to newspaper Express, Momika said he knew his action would provoke reaction and that he had received thousands of death threats. Nonetheless, he was planning further action in the coming weeks, he said. Within 10 days, I will burn the Iraqi flag and the Quran in front of Iraq's embassy in Stockholm, he said. Swedish police had granted him a permit in line with free speech protection, but later said they had opened an investigation over agitation against an ethnic group, noting that he had performed the burning so close to the mosque. Momika, however, denied that his action constituted a hate crime or agitation towards any group. The police have the rights to investigate whether the burning is a hate crime. They could be right and they can be wrong, Momika told the newspaper, adding that it would be up to court to decide in the end. Mr. Blinken thanks Saudi Arabia for support during Consulate shooting. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke with his Saudi counterpart on Friday, expressing appreciation for Saudi Arabia's support during the recent shooting outside the US Consulate General in Jeddah. During his call with Prince Faisal bin Farhan, Blinken also thanked the top Saudi diplomat for his country's continued support for Washington's diplomatic missions. Prince Faisal bin Farhan discussed with his Turkish counterpart the development of relations between the two countries. Prince Faisal bin Farhan bin Abdullah, Minister of Foreign Affairs, made a phone call to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Turkey, Hakan Fidan, The call witnessed ways of strengthening and developing relations between the kingdom and Turkey and consolidating bilateral coordination in all fields. The two sides also exchanged views on all regional and international issues of common concern. Two died in Delhi after an explosion at a legal run plastic factory. Two persons died on Saturday after a compressor exploded in an air compressor tanks at illegal run plastic molding factory in northeast Delhi's Gopalpuri area, police said. India asked Pakistan to release Indian prisoners in its custody. India on July 1 called on Pakistan to expedite the release and repatriation of 254 Indian fishermen and 4 civilian prisoners who have completed their jail term. Islamabad has also been asked to provide immediate consular access to the remaining 12 fishermen and 14 civilian prisoners who have been in Pakistan's custody and are believed to be Indian, the Ministry of External Affairs said. Pakistani security forces killed 6 militants in separate raids near the border with Afghanistan. Pakistan's military says security forces have raided 2 militant hideouts in regions near the border with Afghanistan, triggering intense shootouts that left 6 insurgents dead during the Eid holidays. A military statement said that 2 raids were conducted earlier on June 30 in Tank and North Waziristan district on credible intelligence information about intrusion and hiding of militants in the areas near the border with Afghanistan. The Supreme Court rejects Biden's plans to wipe away $400 billion in student loans. A sharply divided Supreme Court ruled June 30 that the Biden administration overstepped its authority in trying to cancel or reduce student loans from millions of Americans. The 6-3 decision with conservative justice in the majority effectively killed the $400 billion plan announced by President Joe Biden last year and left borrowers on the hook for repayments that are expected to resume by late summer. Indian Supreme Court stays Gujarat High Court order directing Teesta Satalwar to surrender immediately. The Supreme Court has stayed the Gujarat High Court order directing activist Teesta Satalwar to surrender immediately. The Apex Court has directed the registry to obtain order from the Chief Justice of India to place the case before an appropriate bench in a week. The 3 judges bench on July 1 observed that the High Court was wrong to not grant Ms. Satalwar consideration of being a woman and entitled to special protection under Section 437 CRPC. At least 51 killed and 32 injured in a road accident in Western Kenya. A truck rammed into several other vehicles and marked riders in Western Kenya, killing at least 51 people, police said. The accident occurred at a location known for vehicle crashes near the Rift Valley town of Londiani, which is about 200 km northwest of the capital, Nairobi. Strong earthquake shakes Indonesia's main island, killing 1 and damaging dozens of homes. A strong undersea earthquake shook parts of Indonesia's densely populated main island of Java on late Friday, June 30, 2023, causing panic as it killed at least 1 person, injured 2 others, and damaged dozens of houses. 7 killed, 20 injured in road accident in Sindh province, Pakistan. At least 7 persons were killed and 20 injured after 2 overspeeding buses collided in Pakistan's Sindh province, officials said. A police official confirmed that the accident took place on June 30, the second day of Eid. Iran to join Shanghai alliance with China, Russia next week. Iran will be formally approved as a member of the regional Shanghai Cooperation Organization with China, Russia and Central Asian countries, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Friday. At the meeting of heads of state on July 4, the full membership of Iran will be approved, Lavrov said at the opening of an SCO center in Moscow. Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdullah later had a phone conversation with the Secretary General of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Zhang Ming, Iran's foreign minister said. I am confident that the full membership of Iran will provide a novel and increasing capacity to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Amir Abdullah said according to his statement. Sri Lanka's parliament opened debate on domestic debt restructuring program. Sri Lanka's parliament on July 1 opened a special session to discuss the proposed domestic debt restructuring plan as part of the government's efforts to revive the bankrupt country's banking and finance sector. Domestic debt restructuring is a key condition in the International Monetary Fund program through which a bailout package of $3 billion was approved for Sri Lanka in March. France riots, more than 1,300 people arrested after a fourth night of rioting over teens killing by police. Violence and looting hit France in a fourth night of protest as massively deployed police made more than 1,300 arrests and the country braced for more riots on Saturday, triggered by the teenager who was killed by an officer during a traffic stop. The funeral ceremony for Nihal, who was killed by police in the suburb of Nanterre on Tuesday, began Saturday with a visitation to be followed by a mosque ceremony and burial in a cemetery there. Saudi Arabia arrests 10,710 illegals in a week. Around 10,700 violators of residency labor law and border security regulation were arrested in various regions of the kingdom within a week. According to the Ministry of Interior, the arrests were made during the joint field campaign carried out by various units of the security forces across the kingdom during the week from June 22 to 28. The arrest included 6,000 violators of the residency system, 3,000 violators of the border security rules, and 1,500 violators of the labor law. Another 500 people were arrested while trying to cross the borders into the kingdom. 49% were Yemenis, 48% Ethiopians, and 3% of other nationalities, with 62 violators being caught trying to cross the border to exit Saudi Arabia. 11 persons who were involved in transporting and harboring violators of residency and work regulation and practiced cover-up activities were arrested. A total of 33,000 violators are currently subjected to procedures for violating regulations, of which 28,000 are men and 5,400 were women. UK, Australia and Canada expressed deep concern over Israel's approval of new settlement units in West Bank. Britain, Australia, and Canada have called on Israel's government to reverse a decision to approve new settlement units in West Bank, saying they are deeply concerned by an ongoing cycle of violence. This week, Israel approved over 5,700 new settlement units in the West Bank, and earlier this month instituted changes to the settlement approval process which facilitate swifter approval for construction. The continued expansion of settlement is obstacle to peace and negatively impacts efforts to achieve a negotiated two-state solution. We call on the government of Israel to reverse this decision, the Foreign Ministry of Britain, Australia, and Canada said in a joint statement. That's all in today's headlines. Thanks for watching. If you want to receive more important headlines around the world, keep watching T10 Info TV SK channel by subscribing and hit the bell icon to receive notification.